Hello and welcome everyone. It is Wednesday, May 15th, 2019. New comic book day, best day of the week. And it was a good day today. There was a lot of good stuff out. Some good first appearances, some good reveals, some good stories, great artwork. Oh, it's just such a good time to be collecting right now. There is really a lot of good stuff coming out. We'll get into all the books in just a second. I just want to say thank you to all my subscribers on YouTube, my followers on Instagram. Really appreciate you taking the time to watch my videos, send me comments, tips, ask questions. It's all good. I'm just a collector like a lot of you. I don't sell books, as you all know. I just love comics, and that's why I'm here to talk comics. So let's get into it in just a second, but I just want to say thanks to everybody. You're all awesome, so thank you so much. Before we get going into new books I picked up today, in the background I got my Preacher #1. That's from '95. But the main reason I want to talk about the background is my 2 copies of The Rejected from Sean Langley showed up early this week. And I just want to talk about, these are awesome. These are the exclusive covers that are only available from Sean Langley. There's only 100 of them that he's doing. So it's a blank cover, and then he does original art on the front. So each one is, I don't know if you can see it, each one is autographed and then numbered. And the cool thing is he gives you a COA with each book. Obviously, he labels what's on the cover. You get numbers and the date it was done, his signature, and the really neat thing is on the COA he scans in a copy of the cover image into the COA, which is really cool. So each COA is very unique to that comic, so it lends a lot of authenticity to it. So that is really cool, because that's that one there. So I got one with Mr. Teeth and the kind of the ghouls there hanging out with them in green, and then I got another one in orange, which is really cool as well, and that one's number 4, so that's signed by Langley. And then again, the COA has got that cover scanned in, which is really cool. I think that's a really nice idea. Instead of just getting a COA that just says, hey, this is a book by Sean Langley, you're actually getting signature numbers and everything else. So that's really cool. So thank you, Sean. Those are awesome. And I've seen images. I know a lot of you sent me some images of stuff that you're getting or you've asked him to do, and I've seen images on his Instagram, and man, some of them look really cool. I can't wait to see what some of you got. I'd love for you to send me a picture on Instagram or something, because they look really good. I've seen a few of them. They look awesome, so I can't wait to see what you guys get. And talking about Sean Lang, this is one book I wanted to get last week, and I forgot to pick it up. It came out on a Wednesday, and it's kind of cool. The artwork on the cover is actually done by Sean Langley. That's a Sean Langley cover. And these are a pretty low print run, so there's not a ton of these around. And this is kind of a character he created just for the cover of this book. You got a little kid talking to this huge kind of creature. And then inside there's actually a little interview with Sean Langley and the book. So I just had to get it. I thought it was really cool. It's kind of funny that I picked that up today and my books came in. So anyway, that was really cool. I meant to get that one last week. Got Gideon Falls number 13. I've been loving this series all the way through. I haven't read this yet. I've read most of my books, but some of my indies I haven't yet. This one I haven't. I'm really looking forward to that. That's been a really good series. And one that I've flipped through this one, but I haven't had a chance to sit down and read it yet, is Last Stop on the Red Line. It's got a really cool, interesting storyline. Like I say, I haven't read it yet, but basically there's these murders on this subway train, and there's some creature kind of doing it, and the police are involved trying to figure it out. So it's kind of interesting, and it's kind of neat to know that Dark Horse just signed Netflix just signed a first look contract with Dark Horse not too long ago, meaning any comics they're interested in, they get first rights to option them if they want. So I don't know that this one will be, but there is a chance. I mean, it's obviously it's a Dark Horse title, so it could happen, but who knows? I haven't read that, but it does look pretty cool. The premise is pretty neat on that. Kind of reminds me a lot. There was oh damn it, I can't remember. There was a bunch of movies with creatures and stuff back in the day. It was about a news reporter, and he would investigate stuff kind of along the same lines. And the horror stuff really seems to be in vogue right now, so I don't know. Who knows with that. One book I didn't get was my AOC and Freshman Force. That was, none of the shops in my area had it. I've got one on order, and if you are interested and you weren't able to find one, Devil's Due, the publisher, still has them available on their sites last time I checked tonight. And there's a few covers available, so if that's something you're interested in, they are available. That was one of my picks this week, but I couldn't get it. So when I do get it, I'll show you. It probably won't be for a week or so. But anyways, that's it for my indies. Some good stuff there. From DC, got Superman 11. I really like Rogolzar, and I don't know where. I mean, Rogolzar's been in this right from Action Comics 1000, and I really like him. The artwork is really good. Reyes' art is just awesome. I haven't been buying every issue though, but I did buy that one, and it wasn't bad. Picked up Nightwing 60, and only because it's got the first full appearance of Backburn in that, apparently, so that's why I picked up that one. I got Aquaman 48. This is first appearance of Mother Shark, and I don't know how big of a role she's going to have going forward, but you never know if she shows up somewhere down the road, so I had to grab that one. And one I really wanted to get this week was Teen Titans 30. I forgot to mention this in my video. Got both covers for that one. I think I showed this cover, but it's the first appearance, or first meeting, I should say, between Lobo and Crush at the end of this issue. So it's a really good one to get. So that's obviously father and daughter. So that's kind of a cool issue to have in the collection. And then it's kind of a splash page right at the end. So basically they meet right on the last page. And then next issue will be the full story behind it. So Justice League 24, I grabbed a couple copies of cover A. I am going to show an image in this one, so if you don't want to know, flip forward, because right at the end you get this really cool Batman suit. In the 6th dimension, he creates this suit, this bat suit, and man, it's just a wicked ass looking suit. I've never seen that before. I'm pretty sure that's first appearance of that. So anyways, that's kind of cool. It's been a good story, man. I've been really enjoying Justice League all the way through, with the totality and the 6th dimension and Perpetua and everything else. It's been really good. Legion of Doom. I like those Legion of Doom covers too. And one of my definite picks this week was Naomi number 5. I grabbed a few copies of that one. I think a lot of you did. It was really good. I am going to show an image in here. I'm not going to show everything. This whole book you learn where her powers come from, where they originated. You kind of get the backstory with her parents. You do get her first on the cover with her new powers and her suit. That's been known for a long time, but also in the book, obviously. And you do get a new villain that shows up in here, and his name is Zumbato. I'm going to show a picture of him, so if you don't want to see a picture of him, turn it off or flip forward, but I am just going to show a quick image. I'm not going to ruin the whole story for you. But you get this big-ass bad guy, Zumbato, which looks like he will be battling Naomi coming up in the next issue by the looks of it. So he looks badass, so that's a good one to have. Really good. This Naomi has been really good. The writing has been great. Jamal Campbell's artwork has been awesome. It's just, low print run. This number 5, I think, will have quite a bit higher print run than the first few issues. Number 1 was, if I remember right, was over 20,000, 23, 24,000, something like that. And then it dropped way down for 2 and 3 to like 14,000. I think 4 was a little higher, and this one will definitely be higher, because most shops were able to bump their orders up for this one, but it's still a really good one to get. That's a good one going forward. So that is it from DC. Some really good stuff out this week from them. From Marvel, got Amazing Spider-Man number 21. I'm picking this. I mean, I love Spider-Man, but I just boy, I'd love to see Donny Cates writing that. Daredevil number 5. This has been a really good series. It's kind of flown under the radar. Not a lot of people are talking about this. I mean, I know Daredevil's not the most popular character, but it's a good series, and it's well written, and I like it, so grab that one. Spider-Man, I got all these War of the Realms books, so I got Spider-Man and the League of Realms. It was okay. Giant Man, it's kind of interesting, had all the giants in there. Grabbed a couple copies of Strike Force, the War Avengers, because that is your first team appearance of the War Avengers. So that's on the cover and in the book, obviously, so that's a good one. Grabbed a couple of those. I grabbed War of the Realms number 4. I only grabbed one cover, or one copy, I should say, and I wish I'd grabbed another one, because I'm going to show an image of this one, too. You've got 2 things that show up in here. You've got, again, I'm going to show some images, so if you don't want to know. But you've got, okay, damn it, give me a second here, sorry guys. Just got to find it. you get Dark Freya shows up. It's her first appearance as Dark Freya. There's on quite a few pages here. And then you get Odin Ironfather shows up. Or sorry, the Iron Allfather. Odin the Iron Allfather in this new Iron Man kind of suit, which is really cool. And it's a full appearance because he's on multiple pages and panels and whatnot. And right at the back of the book, you actually get some design by Russell Dauterman's designs. So you've got Dark Freya image there, and then you got Iron Allfather there. So that's pretty cool. I wish I got to grab another one of those next week because that's kind of a good one to have. I didn't realize that was going to be in there, but that's a good one. Ironheart number 6. I grabbed this one because of Wolf Warner. I got to give my man Wolf Warner a shout out. He puts out some good... Lean back, Wolf. Lean back. That's all I got to say. He was playing some Lean Back today in his song Lean Back. He always has some good music going on in the background. So I got to show an image in here because this new character called the Tank shows up. At least I think it's a new character. Anyways, this guy here on the page. And he ends up turning into this giant dude over here. It looks like he gets sucked back through a portal, but whether or not he's going to come back at some other point, I don't know, but it's just kind of cool. Anytime I get first appearances and I get them for cover price, I will buy them all day long. Because what makes a key book? 99% of the time, a key book, you go back as far as you can go. A key book is first appearance of a character, so... Guardians of the Galaxy number 5. I grabbed both covers for that one, and in this book you do learn who Thanos' conscious has kind of been in, and yeah, so he looks like he's going to be revived, and next issue is going to be a good one, so you want to pick up next issue for sure. Grab both. I really like this Battle Lines variant. That's a nice one. And then I had to get my Immortal Hulk number 17. I got couple of copies. Well, I got a few copies of cover A. I did grab cover B, even though I'm not a big fan of the face. It looks like it looks almost like Amadeus Cho is Totally Awesome Hulk in that. But yeah, this was good. I'm not going to show images in this one. I did on my Instagram, but Rick Jones was covered in the goo from Abomination a few issues back. And you kind of get to see what happens with that in this one. So right on near in the book, but it's a really good story. This is Immortal Hulk is one of the best books going right now for sure. So if you haven't got that one, boy, you need to get it. Yes, Nick, I said boy. I gotta tell you while I'm talking, I say Nick from Key Collector Comics. He's such a turd. What can I say? I say that in a fun way. He's a good guy actually. He had on his Key Collectors comic app, he mentioned Amazing Spider-Man Annual number 1. I've shown this before because it's your first appearance of the Sinister Six. And because you've got Mysterio in there, because of Far From Home coming out soon, and Mysterio's obviously in the movie, there's been some chatter that after Far From Home, they may continue on with Mysterio and may possibly do a Sinister Six movie. That's kind of the chatter. I don't know whether that's going to happen or not. There's so much rumor going around right now. Who knows? But anyways, that is a very good book to get if you can. It's expensive, but if you want it, that's good. And another little bit more chatter that's going around is this one I've shown a few times. It's Ultimate Fallout number 4. It's your first appearance of Miles Morales. That's the first print. And in the trailer for Far From Home, the multiverses are mentioned. And so, again, this is kind of rumor, so don't, I'm not saying this is going to happen, but there has been some chatter that because of the multiverses that Miles Morales may be coming over to the MCU, which would be pretty cool, but we'll see what happens. But that's a book that I've shown before as a spec. I showed this quite a while ago when it was like $50. Now it's kind of in the $100 range for raw, and graded copies are a lot more. So if that's one you got, you might want to hang on to it. If you don't have it and you can come across it at a reasonable price, that's one you can't really go wrong with, because I mean they're going to be doing another animated movie. You can almost guarantee it made so much money, and with Disney streaming and everything else, Miles Morales is a big character going forward. A couple things I want to talk about. There's a new Watchmen trailer, by the way. If you haven't if you haven't been watching those Watchmen trailers, that's kind of watching the Watchmen trailers. That the trailer's out and it looks really good. I'd recommend watching it if you're interested in that. HBO, they're going to do a good job of it. I showed this one on Instagram, and it's been out for a couple days now. New Agents of Atlas #1 is going to a second print. That comes out June 12th. The final order cutoff for that is May 20th, coming up, what is that, Monday? Yeah, Monday. So this coming Monday, May 20th, is the final order cutoff if you want it. The second print, regular cover, obviously, is $3.99 or whatever it is. And it looks like Marvel's sticking to their guns and doing another 1 for $25 variant for the second print as well. It's basically a version of the... it's a really nice Ji-Young Lee cover for the second print. I'm getting the second print, just the regular cover A. I'm not getting the 1 for $25, but it is very nice. If that's something you're interested in, it's a virgin, just to let you know. Venom #12, second print, that came out today, and I didn't, my shop didn't have it in, but he was able to order, he's got some coming for me. It is the first, now I gotta give a shout out to Randini, the Spec God, for bringing my attention to this. It's, the cover appearance, or the cover of this, second print for #12 shows Dylan's mom holding Dylan as a baby. So technically that is your first cover appearance of Dylan Brock on a cover published by Marvel. But just so you're aware, there is an Unknown Comics customer appreciation exclusive cover for issue #10, which is still available on Unknown Comics site, by the way. It is $10, and that shows, I'm going to put an image on the screen, Venom kind of with Dylan Brock in front. So if you go by date, the Unknown Comics exclusive cover, that came out in January, and that is technically your first cover appearance of Dylan Brock, if that's something you're interested in. And it's kind of interesting, I mentioned a little while ago that Donny Cates said Dylan Brock is badass, so whatever that means, I don't know, but when Donny Cates says something, I usually listen. And so I'm picking up a couple copies of Venom 12, the second print, because that is, like I say, the first official Marvel comic published by Marvel. But the Unknown Comics #10 customer appreciation exclusive cover is, if you go by date, the first cover appearance of Dylan Brock. Those are $10, by the way, from Unknown Comics. So they are still available. So if you're interested, go to their website and you can order it up. Another thing coming out is Arrow #1 comes out July 3rd, 2019. No shit, Jims. It's it's getting late. I don't know, what am I saying? Arrow #1 comes out. It looks to be good, so that's her own title. I'll definitely be picking that up. And then I mentioned, obviously, this Far From Home, which I wanted to talk about. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see whether he enters the MCU down the road or not. But anyways, folks, if you haven't checked out Key Collector Comics app, you should. Nick, the owner, is, despite him being a bit of a knob, his app is really good. So I say that in fun. I talk to him every once in a while. He's a pretty good guy. But yeah, it's a really good app. It's a really good tool. There's a ton of info on there. There is a free version of it if you want. I mean, I don't get anything by saying this. I use the app myself. So anyways, take care, everyone. Happy hunting. Talk to you later in the week. Bye for now.